Hello. This pain reorientation meditation is meant to be done on a daily basis, especially before active mobility and stretching, maybe even conditioning work that addresses pain areas in the body. Wherever you are, find a comfortable seat. Make sure it's really comfortable. It does not have to look like my seat. Whatever is good for you. It can be laying down in a bed, in a couch. Just make sure it feels good. And just take in the room. Make sure you're comfortable and have about 10 minutes of undisturbed, uninterrupted time. So turn off any cell phones, close doors, windows, find space. And once you are ready, finding a deep seat, keep your eyes open at first and start to take some deep breaths. Try to relax your jaw so that the teeth separate and the tongue falls from the roof of the mouth. Let your shoulders fall down your body, maybe even letting go of the pull to sit up straight if that's something that you're doing. Allow your body to organically melt into the structure that it's currently in, letting the belly fall, the knees fall, the feet fall. Take one more deep breath here, and on the exhale, let your eyes close. Now we're here to reorient to the sensations in our body. The ones that tend to cause us the most discomfort and obstruction in our lives are the ones we understand as pain. Pain can be a very important signal to the body to help it know when it's in danger. Although the pain signals for emotional, psychological pain are the same ones that respond to physical pain. And when we become stressed out and lost in stressful thought patterns, we tend to do something called catastrophizing the pain. This makes it worse, and the body will often create excessive pain in response to something that is unthreatening. To get past this, it's up to us to change our orientation to the pain, to gain a strong sense of mindfulness, so we are aware of the thoughts that we have about the pain, and to reorganize around that. So as you sit in your seat, take a big, deep breath into the nose, and exhale, settle down into your sits bones. Let your attention draw towards the most dominant sensation in your body. This can be a positive or negative sensation. Take your time to really notice it and notice your orientation to it. Do you want it to change? Do you want it to stay? Do you think that it is bad? Do you think it's painful? Speak to yourself a few different words of how you want to describe this feeling right now. And as we sit like that, notice the feelings in your body that arise as we tell those stories, as we have those descriptions. Do they create fear? How do they affect the mind? The way that we orient towards the body will either stimulate or relax our stress response. It's up to us to create narrations about our sensations that can calm the mind so that our sensations can become more accurate in relation to the outside world. So we'll offer some ideas here. As you sit with the sensation, let go of your desires for it. Let go of the assumption that you know what this is about. Step back into the sensation with a beginner's mind, allowing yourself to watch it like you're on a different planet, looking at an organism that you have never seen before. And you are a scientist, here to gather data, just information, hoping to make friends with the being you are exploring. See if you can notice the details of the sensation. Can you notice where it ends and where it begins? Is it dense? Loose? Is it soft? Hard? Bumpy? Sharp? Take notes to what happens to the sensation when you pay really close attention to it, holding space for it to just be. Reminding yourself that it is safe to have this sensation. It is not dangerous, and it is not an emergency. Take some deep breaths as you watch, as you feel, and really allow yourself to have the full experience of the sensation. Notice if your body has any impulses to move around as the sensation responds to your listening. Allow your impulses to be followed through with, but just keep coming back. If you need to wiggle or stretch or pop, that's all okay. Just come back to this noticing, to this bearing of witness. Coming into a place of acceptance, of compassion, of understanding for this being that is your body, for this experience of sensation. And just keep going with the work of letting go of the assumptions about it, the desires to change it. You don't know. You only know what's right in front of you. Its texture, its color, its shape. Take a deep breath as you lift the head. Start to let a little eye light in, learning to be a little bit more okay with the experience we're having. Is oddly enough, the next step into that experience changing. Well done. We'll now move into some active mobility to address scapular tension and discomfort. Maintain the mindset that we had just worked through in our meditation of not forcing things to change, but using this as an opportunity to get to understand ourselves better, to get to understand the sensation. Begin by looking left and turning over the shoulder, allowing for a gentle twist through the spine, followed by turning to the right. Breathe in deep to your body and don't force anything to happen, letting yourself come into a gentle stretch, but only about halfway to your maximum flexibility. Just letting yourself feel movement through the neck, through the spine, and allowing the shoulders to start to wrap around the rib cage with every turn. From where you are, you can stay seated, come onto your feet, wherever you want to be. I want to just make sure your spine is straight. So you take the position that you need to be in. And roll the shoulders forward, back, up, and down. Guys, let's do this slowly and together. Pull the shoulders back and open the hands out to the sides. Now pull the shoulders up to the shoulder ears. Roll the shoulders forward, and you're going to roll the arms in like you're pulling the elbows towards one another as you slide the hands down, letting the shoulders move away from the ears. Now pull the shoulders back, roll the arms open again, come up and over once more. We're going to continue like that, moving through these shoulder circles. With nice, big, deep breaths. We'll go the other way, keeping the arms pointed so that I can see your watch. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. Roll the hands open, hiding your watch from me as we roll the shoulders forward and then pull them up. Pull them back and show me your watch again. Push the shoulders down. Good, you've got it. 4 more just like that. Big breath in and big breath out. Good, last one. Beautiful. Maintaining your straight spine position, we'll sweep the arms up like a big Y. Face your palms towards me and pretend like your hands are stuck onto big sheets. You're going to pull straight down in front of your face until your elbows have reached your ribs, letting your shoulders pull as far away from the ears as what's comfortable. Then we're going to pull up again. Big breath in and big breath out. Good. Bringing the hands together and then pulling them apart. Sometimes it's like you're stretching a big rainbow up over your head. Big breath in and big breath out. Again, allowing your stress response to relax by just thinking of the sensation as a being to care for. You're here to understand. There's no emergency and nothing is wrong. One more. And let your arms rest at the sides. Allow yourself to take some deep, mindful breaths. From where you are, let your arms come out like a T. This is our last mobility drill. Hold on to a big rope so your wrists are kind of turning out like you're holding onto this big rope and your arms are tractioning away from the body as if each hand is holding a different rope and people are pulling you in 2 halves. Let the right side win as you slide over, and then the left side wins, sliding it back across. Nice job. This one is always a little easier on the feet, so if you feel like you can stand up, go ahead and do that. But knowing that this can be done from a chair at any time. Let's come all the way over to the left. Reach the right hand up, 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 and just reach it as far over to the left as we can. Nice, and we'll come back to the other side. Go right, left hand comes up, 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 and over. Good. Let's find just 2 more on each side like that. And relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Take a big deep breath in, roll the shoulders around. Really good job. And let the hands rest in an open position as you return back to our mindful awareness of sensation in the body. This is the practice. It's okay if it's difficult. Maybe it's easy for you. It's going to be different for everyone. Just allow yourself to have compassion for yourself. Like all things, we must learn. We'll be moving now into some deeper stretches. I want you to stay well within your range of comfort here and not push things too hard, but just stay in that state of curiosity with the body. Our stretches are targeted towards the back of the shoulder blades, underneath the shoulder blades, and a little bit into the triceps and lat line. The guillotine stretch is what I call this. I'm sorry if the name is a little bit abrupt for you. That's how I've learned it. You'll want to have a box, a chair, or even yoga blocks work just fine for this. You can go ahead and watch how I set it up and then get in because your head will be turned down. You want a dowel as well. So hold your dowel within your hands at both elbows to your ribs. You want your hands at shoulder width apart, and you'll face your surface, and you don't want to be too close to it. You'll see that there's about a body width between my knees and the box. I'm going to push up on my knees and place my elbows on the edge of the box. And then I'm going to scoot back, and then tuck my chin so my head can drop downward toward the floor. Nice. Holding the dowel, try to bicep curl, bringing the hands a little closer to the shoulders. And breathe here. You're going to find a deep stretch through the rotator cuff and in the triceps. Nice big deep breaths. And exhale. We'll hold here for about 10 breaths. Continue to come back to the sensation. Each of these stretches will light up new sensations in the body. Let's get to know them. Get to understand them. Start to calm down any fear we have about our bodies. Learn to trust our bodies. Come on out, uncurl the arms. So you're lowering the club or the stick down towards the surface. Then we'll lift the head, scoot the knees in under the body for extra support, and let yourself sit up tall again, just allowing the shoulders to relax down alongside the body. The next stretch we're going to come into is a lat stretch. Placing the dowel aside, and come into a standing or a seated position. Any of that works. We'll place ourselves hands way up high in the sky. The lats, the whole line will come from pinky finger all the way down to the hip. So first thing we want to do is get as tall as possible. And then as if we are a rainbow, we're going to become tall and big and drop over to one side with big breaths. As you're breathing, try to breathe through the side of your body. Like you could inflate these side ribs. Rotate the sternum slightly towards the floor, and then take a big breath as we rotate the sternum back to the ceiling. Good. Exhale back to the floor. And inhale back to the ceiling. Let's find 3 more just like that. If your arm gets tired, you can always drop it and just lift through the elbow. Go ahead and stack shoulders back over the hips, and we'll switch to the other side, getting really tall first. And then reaching up and over at the same time. Very good. I love to do this on the floor because my bottom hand can support me if that's available to you. You can also sit in a chair next to the table. Good. Nice, and we'll rotate the heart towards the floor and towards the ceiling. Big breath in. Good. Find 6 all together. These big lateral rotations. Staying connected to the body sensation. Staying kind, present, and trusting. And 2 more. Beautiful. And release, coming back through center. Take a big breath in. Let your shoulders relax. Exhale. This last exercise is specifically for the subscapularis. You want to be using a dowel and place the dowel in the hand, sort of like so. Start pointing the dowel back behind the shoulder, and you're going to reach under the body with the opposite hand and hold the end of the dowel. Use this to pry the arm. I know that's going to sound scary, but it's not that scary. Just be really gentle and just start pulling the hand slightly behind the head as we pull the end of the dowel forward. Good. We should start to feel a pretty powerful stretch under the armpit, reaching the tissue that's literally between the scapula and the rib cage. Good. If you feel like this is a lot on your holding arm, you can always use a surface below, such as this box. And always come and prop myself up right here. And we'll just hold. Beautiful job. And always about 6 deep breaths on each side. We'll come into the other side. Big breath in. Point the stick behind us. Hold back beneath like it kind of reminds me of nunchucks in a Kung Fu movie. Good. And then we're going to pull the hand back behind us while we're pulling forward on the bottom end of the dowel. Very good. And release. And that is our series today for scapula pain release. Thank you so much for joining me today. I would like to encourage you to use this exercise on a daily basis or as much as it feels good. Don't ever do things that seem to make your pain worse. Always do things that seem to improve it and make it better. Thank you so much.